today's videos are quick ones, so don't get up, don't get a coffee, don't do anything, because it goes super quick. A couple of people have mentioned to me that they like me doing super simple layouts every so often, so I decided that today I was going to dip back into my stash. Like, when you guys talk about a stash, this is like 20 years ago stash. I have got so many papers. Like, I could not buy paper at all for eons and I would be able to scrap for 12 months, I'm sure of it. Now, these papers, I'm using a pear tree cut file called Time Spent Together. I will link that in the description below. The papers that I'm using, one is called Aged Timber and it's by Print Blocks and it's an Australian company. I have no idea if they're even still available. Around, they might have gone bust. I have no idea. EK Success is the other paper that I use, which is called Family Traditions. Now, honestly, this is so simple. It's almost, this is me. I wanted to do with this layout, I wanted to use a cut file. I wanted to use my inks a little bit, but keep it super simple like I used to scrapbook years ago. And it was so much fun. I couldn't believe how much fun it was. It was awesome. I don't scrap much like this anymore because I'm definitely much more of, I like more mixed media and stuff. So I did sift through my papers to find a mixed media look. This one here was pretty good. It's a crackled paint look. So it gave me the look I was after without actually using mixed media, which is what I used to always do. I was literally going through, I've got papers that are covered in jelly beans. I've got papers that are covered in pebbles, belt buckles, like all sorts of things that back in the day we would use to try and find texture, to add texture to our pages, you know, all the while scrapbooking acid and lignin free and keeping bulk to a minimum and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it was kind of fun to go back and go through that stuff and not be using something brand new. I obviously, the cut file is, and I cut that on my Cricut and I bought that from Pear Tree Cut Files. They have got amazing cut files. If you are interested in cut files and maybe you've just bought yourself a machine and you're looking for really good cut files, I will tell you that I purchased from Virginia Walker, Confessions of a Paper Addict. I purchased from Gwen from Cut to You. I purchased from Pear Tree Cut Files. Did I say that? I think I've already said that. So Pear Tree Cut Files, Confessions, and there was one other one. There is one other one that I do buy from, and I can't remember who it is. I can't remember off the top of my head, and this video doesn't go long enough for me to sit here and ponder on it. So I decided to bring in some inks. Now, I bought in Gathered Twigs. It wasn't quite dark enough. So I've already glued this down because I was trying to just do it old school, but I had to bring in a little bit of something. So that's when I decided, now this paper, seriously, it is wafer thin paper. So it's not going to hold up to much mixed media at all. So putting those couple of drips on there, that was probably pretty crazy thing to try and do, to be quite honest with you. Now, I am raising up my cut file because I want to bring in some sort of floral, some sort of sprigs of something. These photos were taken when we were on a family holiday and we called into Tamworth. And hello, everybody in Tamworth. I know I do have some people that watch me from there. And we stopped and there was this little old man and it was so cool. And he had this train that you can ride and he pulled it out for us and the kids had a ride going around on the train and it was really cool. It was good. So I wanted to scrapbook it and the photos were looking out over Tamworth from where the train was situated. So that was really cool. And yeah, it was just one of those things. I was going to cut those out, those flowers you just saw then that just came in very quickly. And then I remembered, no, I cut some out from my dies that I bought the other day. These dies are from Alina Crafts online. They're from AliExpress. And I actually did see a video the other day, because there's always a lot of conjecture about whether it's a rip-off, is it a knockoff, is it a whatever. I actually saw a video the other day from what's her name? Now it's eluding me. Her name is, I think her name's Sarah. And she was actually doing an interview, and she actually had, I'm going to find it while I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to do it really quick. All I'm doing is colouring in some flowers. I'm going to very, very quickly, where is she? Not Sarah Davis. No. Sasha Reed. That's who it was. Sasha. I got it. I knew I'd find it, hopefully. Sasha Reed. And she had a video there, and she had Alina over, and they were doing a video, and they were explaining how they are all original designs that they have. And so that sort of made me feel a lot better about ordering from Alina Crafts or Alina Cuddle. They were explaining the difference between the two names. One's a company name and one's her business name. So that's why there's the difference there. And to be honest with you, I've purchased a lot of things from there of late, and I'm loving it. Yes, I will be honest. If I have got the money, I will buy expensive, over the top stuff. Absolutely. But sometimes, as we all know, we are going through a lot of, purse strings are getting tightened up all across the country. I think all across the world, to be quite honest. I don't know anyone that is loaded with money at the moment. So, we've got to do what we've got to do, right? So I felt a lot better after seeing that video, and I'm really, really glad I watched it, and I watched it right through, and yeah, I was really happy for that, which is great. So thank you. I know Sasha probably doesn't even have a clue who I am, but guess what? I know who she is. She's a legend. Not that I make cards, but I love listening to her accent, to be honest with you. Yeah, and she comes up with some great ideas. So next time I even think about using one of her ideas, I will tag her in it. How about that? Maybe then she'll know who I am. I'm just little Karen from down under. So now I'm just painting. These are some leftover sprigs from my stamp and dyeing that I was doing, stamping and die cutting that I was doing the other day. These sprigs are from my Paper Rose Studio stamp and die set that I purchased. Again, I say, when I have the money, I will buy it. So yeah, I'm just using some Rustic Wilderness and some sage, some bundled sage on there, on these leaves. The flowers I use dried marigold, scattered straw, a little bit of gathered twigs, and then I came in with ground espresso in the centers of them to try and sort of darken them up. I'm not trying to make, I'll be honest with you, I was not trying to make a sunflower or anything like that. I was just trying to make a flower that would look sort of natural, like nice yellow leaves kind of thing. And then I came in and darkened the edges anyway, and that just made it all scrapbooky for me. So I love it when it's like that. Let me know below if this is a video that you are interested in seeing. It's kind of, it takes me back to when I started scrapbooking, and it was actually quite fun, to be honest. And maybe I could imagine scrap lifting one of your very first pages that you ever did. Can you imagine doing that? Oh wow, that would be crazy. Let me know below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Would you ever scrap lift yourself from when you first started? How many years have you been scrapbooking? That is something I'm really interested to know. How long have you guys been scrapping? Because I know myself, this is my 20th year of scrapping, obviously on and off during the time that I had my kids and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And, you know, we've had some issues throughout our last several years. So, which all families do. There's always good times and bad times, hard times, all that sort of stuff. So this is me just sticking it down. I'm sticking it down. I am using glue though, which I would never have used. Yeah. Oh, actually, no, I would have. I did. I remember I had the dual ended Tombow. Oh, there you go. Sorry, I just got a text message, and I read it, because it popped up on my computer screen. I did. I used to have the Tombow Mono Multi, I think it was. I used to use that. So I did use wet glue. Oh, I was just thinking, no, I never used to use wet glue. But that was back in the CM days where I never deviated until I started getting into these papers and dappling a little bit. So this is my layout, guys. What do you reckon? It's super simple for me, I know. And look, I've got, what have I got on there? 4, 5, 6, 7 photos on there, which is what I used to always do. I would try and get as many photos on there as I possibly humanly could. And yeah, so I did go in with my Posca paint pen and do some slightly darker dots that in the center. Yeah, I think it needed it. That's just me. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this is something that you're interested in, and I will be back tomorrow with no doubt a more complicated video than this one. So thank you so much for watching. I love how that paper looks in the cut file. Looks really cool. And there you go, guys. Super simple layout. Anyone could do this one. This one's easy. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will be back tomorrow with another video. I will chat to you then. Bye for now.